Morning, Joe and the Pro. I'm the Prez and the Pro. Well, one of the best of them all, the legend himself, Mr. Stats, the man with the database, Ralph Michaels from Cal Sports. And obviously, you could find him at his home, a very comfortable home, kitchenette, bed, couple of rooms, basement, big set, big TV. WagerTalk.com. Ralph, 3 NBA games tonight. Me and you are going to take them all apart. But before we get into that, let's just get into this. This is one damn humbling business. You know, people are like, oh, you're so lucky you get to bet for a living. Oh, you're so lucky you do YouTube videos. You wake up at 11 o'clock. Oh, baby. Oh. Dude, I went 0-5 in hockey last night. I have started the hockey season like... There is very little worse than what we do for a living when we have bad nights or bad runs. It is grating, grinding, depressing. People who work 9 to 5, they get to leave their frickin' work at work. We come home and our work begins. And then it's an emotional frickin' roller coaster all night long. There is no excuses, man. I'm dumbstruck. And it was like when you get into these slumps, I mean, every bounce just goes against you. Ralph, I had over 5.5 in the Penguins game last night. It was 1-1. 3 minutes into the game. 3 minutes into the game. It ended 2-1, minus the empty net goal. I must have had 7 goalposts last night on my overs. Every under I'm picking is going over. Every over is going under. You actually want to kill somebody. Like, you want to throw stuff at the television set. Anyway, that's it for me. That's my rant. I'm so freaking annoyed.
Yeah, it's tough, especially, you have 2 teams getting swept that you never imagined getting swept in your lives. So changes the perspective. Out here, the Golden Knights people now with Tampa Bay out of the way, hey, things are looking up.
The Golden Knights care about Tampa Bay?
Well, I'm just saying.
That's like 7 rounds from now.
I'm talking from a betting perspective. I'm talking about value now with a future, with Tampa Bay done, betting the Western Conferences with the best team out.
Yeah, good luck, dude. Good luck to the Vegas Golden Knights. They are not winning the Stanley Cup. The Leafs are. Anyway, dude, I just got to text my kid. She forgot her lunch. She needs to get money. What else is new? Ralph, I did learn a reason why I was picking some losers of late.
Why is that, Prez?
I was seeing the wrong side. What do you think?
We start the morning like this.
I'm old now, baby. I just got glasses. They came to me yesterday. I got to get used to them. Everything seems very magnified up close. I can actually see. Oh, you don't have hair. Hair? No hair.
Is that what you see? You see hair without my glasses?
No.
If that's the case, you should have never been driving.
Ralph Michaels, let's get to it, brother. 3 NBA games. We'll take them all apart because you've got to get going. Boston -7 tonight against Indiana. Indiana looked really good for the first half of that game last time they played, and then they just couldn't put a bucket in. A -7, 204 seems like a big number to me on the total, given how they played last game. What are you doing in this one?
I like the matchup with Boston. I mean, yes, Smart is out, and that hurts their defense, but moving Jaylen Brown in the starting lineup, Indiana was very fake. They beat bad teams. They lost to good teams. Indiana, 5-23 over-under their last 28 games against teams with winning records. Same thing happens again. They shot 33% game 1, That was 15 points less than any game in the regular season. The total is one of the lowest in the playoffs, but still, I mean, a few years ago, this would have been a high playoff total. His numbers have just been historically high. Well, that's why we're 3-13 to the under, or 3-10 to the under so far this postseason. I like another one under here.
I got a 5% play up on that game, Ralph. Listeners, head over to WagerTalk.com. Check it out. I also have some hockey plays, but don't play them. Just leave me be. Let me get through this hockey slump alone. Milwaukee, Ralph, they just laid the smackdown on this Detroit team. And I actually expected better from Detroit. You know, look, losing Blake is tough because they would have had those two towers in the paint. I can't see Detroit winning one game here, to be honest with you. We expected, and me and you had spoke about the fact that we felt Milwaukee was a little bit overvalued, but then they came out. I mean, you look at what the Raps did in game one and losing to Orlando. This Milwaukee team wanted none of it. They were ready to roll, and we saw it last game, but minus 15.5. Gee, I can't. There's no chance. I can't bet that.
No, the situation is this. When he was a little overrated, Blake Griffin hadn't been ruled out yet, and that's a huge loss. I will say this. Double-digit dogs that lost their last game and didn't cover are 18-7 against the spread the last 25 when playing a non-division foe in the playoffs. So, you know, that has something to be said that you're not going to get blown out twice. But to me, it's another game I like the under. You know, you have Thumb Baker, who's the only guy who can cover Giannis. He had 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes. With him out, there was nobody in the middle. Milwaukee scored 25 points the first half of the first quarter. First 6 minutes, 25 points. Detroit's only chance is to slow it down. I like under in the first quarter. I like under in the first half in this game.
Yeah, and we saw the line move, the over and under. It came out at 211. It's now 213. I agree with you, and it's one of those situations where Detroit literally has to slow this game down. Speaking of over and unders, a squeaker with Houston and Utah in their last game. I bet under 214. It actually dropped to 212.5 in that under in the game one, and it held by half a point. Now we have it in reverse. It came out at 212.5 and it's been bet up to 214. Houston is -7 here. I cannot see Utah winning this game. Literally, the only question to me is, do they stay inside of that 7?
Well, you know, I think you're seeing a line here that looks like a 4 or 5 seed, but Houston, to me, is really a 2 seed.
Right.
When they're healthy with Capella and they're healthy with CP3. You know, and something I read that keeps them focused this year, teams need reason or motivation in the playoff games. Yes, they're going to win. But I'll tell you what, Harden had a good piece this morning in the Houston paper talking about how last year they handled Utah very easily in game one. It was a tough 5-game series, and they ended up losing game 2 at home against this same Utah team. I think that type of situation, your leader bringing it up, gets you to the point where Houston's playing good enough defense. They press the pace on offense. Utah cannot keep up with them. And, hey, if you can blow out a team like you did, and James Harden went, I think, 11 of 26. When he has that type of game and you can win at home, I think Harden shoots better. I think they press the pace. I think it's a higher scoring game, and I like the Rockets.
I agree with you on both counts there, Ralph. It was really, you took that apart really nicely. I like Houston, and I like the over as well. Brother, big day for you. Give us a quick synopsis of what is going on in the world of Ralph Michaels.
Well, you know, in Las Vegas, I have a standing spot every Wednesday. Our good friend Joe Ranieri, I'll be doing a podcast with him right after that. And then head into the studios. We're doing a lot of videos. You know, Johnny's got our YouTube page cranking with incredible numbers and 20,000 plus viewers. And, you know, he's been reaching out to our customers and saying, hey, what do you want videos of? So things like your favorite sports book when you come into town, Marco doing some more horse racing, Teddy and I talking about how we started in this business and what people can do if they're interested. So plus we're talking about games as well. So a great card tonight for videos. Those will be up in a few hours.
He's Ralph Michaels. I'm the Prez, and that was a 10-minute Morning Joe, my brother.
Prez, not done yet. I got a stat for you for tomorrow.
See, lay it on us.
The world's going to be on Golden State. I understand this off a loss. But how about this? You can say a good team getting blown out at home, losing a 31-point lead, they're going to be motivated. But unless you have the true stats behind you, it's only hearsay. But here are the true numbers. In the playoffs, if you are a number 1, 2, or 3 seed, obviously like Golden State is, you lost your last game by 4 or more as a favorite of 4 or more, which they did. And in this game, you're a favorite of 4 or more. A lot of 4s there. 60 wins, 18 losses, 1 push, 77% against the spread, 72-7 straight up. So that is Golden State in a 60-18 spot against the Clippers.
And that's why we have you on, Ralph. Nobody has these numbers like you. Your database is ridiculous. And everybody calls you for this type of information. I mean, no wonder you're doing radio all day. Say hi to Lobster Joe for me and ask him why I call him that.
I will. We'll make sure to mention that to him. I hope there's a great story behind it.
And not really. It's just because he seems to tan all bloody day long.
Yeah, did you know he used to play professional baseball?
Seriously?
In the Oakland A's. He got up to Double-A and got hurt. Yeah, down in Miami when we were at the Florida Derby with him and Mark Lawrence. He was telling us the story. And, yeah, he played baseball for 6 years for the A's.
Wow. But he only to Double-A.
Got hurt when he got up to Double-A.
Right. Well, that's a good story, brother. Okay, my friend, you're the best. It's puck time next. I had Tony Finn on first pitch today. Ralph on Morning Joe, and Andrew and Carmine on puck time. Make sure to check it all out. You're awesome. Enjoy the studio time today, and say hi to Lobster Joe.
Hey, you know what? Tell Carm I'm glad he's okay after Juventus went down yesterday. I thought he might be jumping off the building or something.
Yeah, well, you know what? I haven't spoke to him since. I will mention it.
My best to him. See ya.
Ciao, buddy.